Good morning, this is Francesca Evans from LymeOnline, bringing you up to date with all of this week's top stories from the Lyme Regis area. Dorset Council has agreed to quadruple all-day car parking charges in Lyme Regis, but has scrapped plans to extend evening charges until 8 p.m. Changes to car parking charges across the county were first announced in October, having been rubber-stamped without consultation by Highways portfolio holder Councillor Ray Bryan. It was initially proposed to double all-day car parking charges in Lyme Regis from £2 to £4 and to start charging until 8 p.m. in the evening, but after concerns were raised by residents and businesses, councillors were eventually consulted on the matter. It has now been agreed not to extend evening charges until 8 p.m, but instead all-day charges in Lyme Regis car parks will be quadrupled to £8. The changes will affect Homebush, Charmouth Road, Cobgate and Broad Street car parks. The increase in charges has been met by a barrage of criticism this week, with residents describing it as pure greed and visitors saying it will put them off coming to the town. However, in a more positive move, the council has agreed to extend free parking for NHS and care workers until the end of the year. After years of discussion and debate, a new pedestrian crossing in Lyme Regis town centre was switched on this week. It is hoped the crossing will make it easier to cross Broad Street, especially for elderly and disabled residents and visitors, but it has also resulted in the loss of several on-street parking spaces in the town centre. The Puffin crossing is fitted with smart sensors, meaning it can tell when the road is clear to release the traffic with a green light. Zigzag lines have been painted on the road in place of on-street car parking spaces either side of the crossing. Drivers must not park or overtake in this area and can face a fine as well as points on their licence if they are caught breaking the rules. The A3052 at Colliford is expected to be closed for 9 days in the new year to allow for the relaying of tramline tracks at the level crossing. The road, a main route between Lyme Regis, Sidmouth and Exeter, will be closed from Monday, January 4th to January 12th to allow Seaton Tramway to remove and replace the tracks and foundations. The official diversion, to be signposted by Devon County Council, will direct traffic coming from Sidmouth off the A3052 at Burnt Oak onto the A357 up to Putts Corner, into Honiton and onto the A35 Axminster Road, then along the A358 through Musbury to Boshill Cross. However, concerns have been raised that the closure will increase traffic around Colleton, Musbury and Seaton as residents take shortcuts around the closure, as well as affecting local businesses and school bus routes. Father Christmas visited Lyme Regis, Uplyme and Charmouth this week, raising £1,700 for local good causes. The annual charity Santa Sleigh has been organised by Neville and Sarah Causley and their family for the past 19 years. It toured Lyme Regis, stopped by Uplyme and added Charmouth to its route for the first time earlier this week, raising £1,700, which will be split between the 7 local organisations that make up Lyme Regis Community Bingo Association. These include Lyme Regis Musical Theatre, Lyme Regis Pantomime Society, St Michael's Primary School PFA, Lyme Regis Football Club, Lyme Regis Christmas Lights Committee, the Over 70s Christmas Lunch Committee and Lyme Regis Majorettes, all of which have been unable to hold their usual fundraising events this year. An online fundraising appeal has been launched for a Lyme Regis couple who lost one of their twin babies shortly after birth. Jess Arrowsmith and partner Dan Perrott are currently dealing with the loss of baby Reese, who was born alongside twin brother Jax last month at 33 weeks, but sadly died shortly after due to health complications. A fundraising appeal has now been launched by friend Shelley Larkham with the hope of raising £3,000 for a funeral service and headstone to remember baby Reese. You can donate to the appeal via the website shown on screen now. 3 Christmas carolling events will go ahead this month, sticking to social distancing guidelines. On Friday, December 18th, an outdoor community carolling event will be held at the King George V playing field in Uplyme from 6:30 p.m, organised by village resident Sarah Causley. On Sunday, December 20th, a drive-in carol service will be hosted by the Churches of Lyme Regis in the Woodmead Halls car park at 3 p.m, with families encouraged to sing along from their cars. Later that day, at 5:30 p.m, carolers are invited to tour the streets of Lyme Regis in a second event organised by Sarah Causley. Those wishing to join in should get in touch now via the contact details shown on screen. Recreational sport returned from lockdown last weekend, but the weather did its best to wipe out the local football programme. Lyme Regis Football Club's first team trip for their second round tie in the Dorset Senior Trophy against Premier League side Wareham Rangers was called off due to a waterlogged pitch after heavy overnight rain. The game is due to be played again tomorrow, but there is already some doubt about whether it will go ahead, with another very wet weekend forecasted. Lyme Regis reserves did see action in their Devon and Exeter League Division 1 East game at third place Tipton St John and got their new management team of Shane Featherstone and Mark Beattie off to a storming start with a 6-2 victory, only their second win of the season. Star of the show was Cody Bowditch, who grabbed himself a hat-trick, with Brad Rowe and new signing Tom Boston also getting on the score sheet. Tomorrow, the reserves are scheduled to meet Honiton Seconds at the Davy Fort, but it is unlikely the game will go ahead, with Lyme's cliffside pitch extremely wet with more rain predicted. Lyme Rovers, who did not have a game last weekend, travelled to Sturminster Newton in the Dorset Junior Cup. Up Lyme celebrated their return to football with another impressive performance, winning 2-0 at home to Charge United reserves, their two strikes coming from Finn McLean and Niall Pfeiffer. Thanks for watching LymeOnline's video news bulletins. We'll have one more for you before Christmas, but in the meantime you can stay up to date with all the latest local news on the LymeOnline website.